Hey friends, what's up? Hey from Mexico. I'm in Playa del Carmen, by the way, in Yucatan. It's about maybe 45 minutes, an hour south of Cancun on the way to Tulum. And man, it is so hot and humid here these days. I got in a couple of weeks ago, and about a week after I arrived, we went straight into rainy season. And so, oh man, it's humid as fuck. I'm just gonna say it out loud because I am sweating right now. Like today is insane. I went to yoga and it was just a big sweat party, I'd say, on everybody's mat. And I took a shower and just had some lunch, and I'm just, it's just, you know, sweat. But we're not talking about sweat today, even though I'm sure that I have a few things to say about sweat. We're gonna talk about social media and our obsession, especially as creators, people that put themselves out there. I mean, not just creators, anybody really, who especially makes their money online and or offline, and kind of depends on the number of people that yeah, follow them. And I know, I mean, we can deny it, and I'm sure there's gonna be some people out there like, no, I don't care at all. I don't care who likes my stuff. I don't care how many followers and fans and subscribers I have. And yeah, all right, let's just be real here, because as much as I'd like to say the same thing, I know that, you know, I started this whole social media thing and blogging and being on social media and back in end of 2011, and since then, you know, it is kind of like a daily habit. Of course, you check, like, you know, you posted stuff, you want to see how is it resonating. Do people like what I shared, what I published? How is that video performing? How is that Instagram post performing? And it's something that I would say it's definitely a form of obsession, some form of addiction. I was gonna just call it like worrying about fans and likes and followers, but I think it's more than that. This whole thing of us being out there in public on social media, sharing our ideas and our creations and whatever with the world, and we do have this very deep-seated desire to be liked. And a lot of us, and I mean so many people out there have, you know, we suffer from a lack of self-love and a lack of self-worth. And so many of us think that we're not enough and we're not worthy if, you know, we don't get these likes and followers and whatever. And this is very, like, I'm expressing myself in a very simplified way, but I believe that this is at the core of it. And I think we all have a little child within us that wants to be loved, wants to be accepted, wants to be liked. And that little child within us, that's the one that kind of wants to keep checking Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and, you know, to see how many people, do they like me? Do they accept me? And I have that little child within me too. Of course, you know, I check my channels, you know, all the time. You know, not as much maybe as I used to. Thanks, neighbor, for just, yeah, putting that picture up on your wall today. Anyway, so I think we all of us, oh, come on. All of us entrepreneurs, all of us creators, all of us in the social media sphere, and everybody who's not on social media, we all need to do the work. We all need to reconnect to that part of ourselves that's constantly longing to be validated, that's constantly longing to know that we're good enough. And that little child in us needs our attention, not just other people's attention, not just their likes and their follows and subscriptions, whatever. It needs our love. It needs our care. And we are the ones, the only ones that can really, really give it to them. So no one else is gonna, you know, take care of that little child of mine that I carry through this world. Me, I'm the only one that can really, really fill it up, because it's like this insatiable thirst that we have within us, this thirst for love and care and acceptance and wanting to feel like we're worthy, because we fear deep inside of us that, you know, when we publish something, we put something out there and it doesn't get enough likes, it's almost as though we equate those numbers to our worthiness as human beings. And as sad as that is, I believe that that's the reality of what's going on. And like I said, we can deny it, of course, but I stopped denying. I stopped bullshitting myself, because isn't it much nicer to be just real and honest with ourselves and just be like, okay, so this is what's going on. And here I am checking my Instagram for the nth time today, because I want to see how many people like my stuff and how many more followers I have. And okay, now what can I do? And I think it always starts with connecting with ourselves. And it's all these practices that I share with you all. Let it be meditation, let it be yoga, let it be journaling. Yeah, there's so many noises. I don't know what to do. You guys are gonna have to deal with this. But I hope the content is good enough for you to keep listening and watching my videos. So yeah, all of these practices, they connect us to ourselves, they connect us to that inner child that's within us, and it won't ever disappear. It's like we gotta reconnect to this part of ourselves, and because otherwise we will always be disconnected from that true deep essence. And once I realized that, I was like, okay, cool. So here's me wanting to see how many followers I have again, or see what sort of comments I get, or do people like what I posted. And then, you know, before I then check, I check in, I'm like, yeah, grounding myself down. Sometimes I just take a few breaths and just really check in. Do I need to check right now? Do I need to know this right now? And most times the answer is no. And when I do it anyway, I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna do it anyway. But I'm more aware, you know? I'm more conscious of what's actually going on, rather than just following this impulse of, there's my phone, okay, take my phone, checking. And not even, a lot of times we don't even think about what we do, we just do it. It's an impulse. It's just we react to some sort of trigger within us. It's like people that smoke or take drugs or whatever, and there's this hunger for something, this longing, you know, and it doesn't, you know, in the end it doesn't really matter if you know, you then take a, you know, you smoke a cigarette, or you drink, you know, beer or whatever, or you actually just take your phone and go into all your social media apps. It's the same thing. So anyway, I'm really interested what you guys have to say about this. This is just a quick thought that came up today during yoga. A thought that I have pretty frequently, actually, and probably a thought that I might want to talk about more often, or parts of it, stuff that I've kind of touched on in this video now. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think about all of this, and how, on a scale from 1 to 10, how conscious, how aware are you of your impulse when you then, you know. It's difficult to be really honest with ourselves. It's not easy to stop bullshitting ourselves. But I believe that that's the way. It's the way, the only way. That finding that connection to ourselves and being real and true with ourselves, yeah. All right, my friends, lots of love from sweaty, sweaty Mexico. I'm gonna get naked now. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I just can't. Clothes. I mean, why, right? All right, bye. Mwah.